Hey guys, and welcome back to The Effect. Earlier this week, I posted a TikTok asking you to send me your Disney questions. We're Disney people.
You followed through.
You followed through. We have 12 great questions that we are going to answer for you guys. But this is just going to be a Disney Q&A series. So all of our questions today came from TikTok. So we're going to answer all of those 12 questions. Next week, we are going to answer questions posted on my Instagram page. And then the next week, my Snapchat. And then the next week, my Facebook. So, if you guys are ready for this Q&A, you guys have some great questions that we are ready to answer for you guys. So if you're brand new, like, subscribe, comment, share, ring that bell. Every time I post, you'll be one of the first people to view it. So let's get started. So if you are viewing this video and you did post a question, comment down below what you think of our answers. You guys asked these questions for a reason, so I want to know what you guys think of our responses. So please, if you are watching and you posted a question on my TikTok, comment down below. So our first question of today's Q&A is, what is our most underrated ride at Walt Disney World? So this could be in any of the 4 parks. What is the ride that we think is the most underrated? So I'm a gentleman. So Kallie, go first.
I am definitely going to say Living with the Land, which is an Epcot. And that is because it's just a small little boat ride that a lot of people would rather choose Soarin' to go on because it's in the same area. But there's a lot of fun facts about it, and the vegetables that they're growing in there, they actually use in the restaurants, and same with the fish and stuff in there. So there's a lot of fun facts that you don't really know.
That is cool. I like that pick. So me, I'm going to go with a thrill ride, in my opinion, which is a thrill ride. And I'm going to say Dinosaur at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Dinosaur is one of my favorite underrated movies that Disney has. And if you have Disney Plus, take the time to watch Dinosaur. It's really, really cool. And just the fact that you're in a time rover and you're going through the prehistoric times and seeing all of these different dinosaurs that would be actual size dinosaurs in the attraction, I just think it's so cool. And that Carnotaurus, if you have rode that ride, is one of the best photo ops on an attraction on Disney property. So I think if they are here and they are at Disney World, they need to ride those rides. What do you think?
I mean, Dinosaur, the first time I went on it, I was kind of scared. But if you are not up for your stomach being upset, the seatbelt sits right on your stomach, and it does jerk you a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you get if your stomach hurts or you have a sensitive stomach, I don't know if I would definitely go on it.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It is a good ride.
For sure. And I love living with the land too. Especially right now, they have a holiday layover, which at night, at special times throughout the day, you can be able to see Christmas lights throughout the attraction. So
yeah, definitely go during the day and at night.
Yeah, and then tell us what you guys think about it. So guys, this is Zara. She's the cutest thing ever. But our next question is, do we like Disneyland or Disney World more? For the two of us, we have never been to Disneyland. It is on our list to go to Disneyland. So for this sake of this question, we're both going to say Disney World because that's the park that we've been to. But we are planning a trip to Disneyland whenever it does open. So stay tuned in the future for a later video. So for our third question is, what is our favorite Disney snack on property? So I'm a gentleman. Kallie?
I haven't tried too many yet, but I have to say the popcorn. Not to mention, hold on.
Oh, hold on. Hold on, people.
Not to mention, they come in this cute little holder.
The cute popcorn bucket. You can get all of these different style popcorn buckets, which you can refill while you're in the parks for only $2. It only costs $2 and then you can have popcorn all the time, which
Yeah.
is a very great deal. And with people trying to save money in the parks, if you guys have large families and you need like a large snack for everybody, get a popcorn bucket, and it's only $2 for every refill that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my favorite snack, personally, is a Mickey pretzel with cheese. I'm obsessed with Mickey pretzels with cheese. They're so filling. I can have one for lunch, and then I don't have to have anything until dinner time. That's how filling they are to me. And they are so, so good. So, if you're in the parks, try some popcorn, try Mickey pretzel with cheese, and let us know what you think is better. Question number 4, which is a fun question, and whenever the world is normal and you can meet characters is such an amazing experience, especially if you have little ones, is if you could only meet 5 characters during your Disney trip, who would they be? So we're going to say 5 together and not just do 10, we're going to do 5 together. And I'll start first. The first character that I would have to meet is Peter Pan. Peter Pan is one of my favorite characters. He is a child at heart. He's fun. He's energetic. He's matches my energy, matches my vibe, and it'd be so fun to run around Fantasyland with Peter Pan again. So that's our number 1. Number 2.
I'm gonna have to say Tigger.
Ooh, Tigger. Why?
He's always messing around and joking, and he's always in a good and fun mood. I mean,
that.
You can't miss him at the parks. You can't.
You literally can't miss Tigger. He's literally all over the place. So then, for my third character that you can meet, I'm going to say Stitch. Stitch he's just so spontaneous. You never know what wild adventure you're going to see with Stitch. Right now, during the Christmas time, he's actually dressed in Santa gear, which is pretty awesome. And Stitch he's just fun to be around. It makes you feel like you can just have a wild time and not get in trouble, because he gets in so much trouble and he gets away with it. So I'm gonna say Stitch.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say Donald. My man Donald Duck.
Donald Duck. Number 1. Donald Duck, number 1.
He's always messing around.
Always.
Just the other day, they were having a snowball fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
Like a fake one.
Oh yeah, they were. I remember that. If we can find a video, we'll share it in the link below if we can find that video. And then number 5, everyone knows we gotta meet him every time we come. My boss, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse.
But they come in too, so it has to be Mickey and Minnie.
Deal. So we're gonna add that 6th. The Mickey and Minnie you have to meet. They are literally, when you see Mickey, well, when I see Mickey personally, I'm gonna get real deep. I see Walt, and I've been able to hang out with Mickey Mouse, be able to talk to him about the parks, be able to talk to him about all his adventures. He's the man, and every time I see him, I feel like it's the first time I've ever met him, and I get so giddy and wild inside. I'm like, oh my god, it's Mickey Mouse, and it just brings that Disney magic to life. So definitely that is our top 5 with the double extra on the 5th one, where you have to meet both Mickey and Minnie together. So to continue on with Disney characters, we are going to tell you guys who our favorite Disney character is, and it doesn't have to be a meet and greet. It doesn't have to be anyone you see in the parks in general. It can just be any Disney character from any Disney film. So, Kallie, who is your favorite Disney character?
I'm gonna have to go with a Pixar movie.
Okay.
Toy Story.
Okay, and what character from Toy Story?
Woody.
Oh, I
growing
love
up,
that.
Growing up, Toy Story was one of my favorite movies, and I always wanted to have actually a Woody doll, but never did. That's okay. But yeah, I would have to say Woody is my favorite.
That's really cool. And I'm gonna go with a classic movie, and from The Lion King, my favorite character is Simba. He is a natural born leader. He finds himself throughout the movie, and being able to being able to see yourself as a leader and see yourself as this brave person, he inspired me to do that with myself as a kid. So being able to watch Simba develop through the movie and just being able to just instill those install those characteristics inside of me is such an amazing experience. So Simba's my ride or die and always will be my ride or die favorite character. So we are on question 6, which means we are at the halfway point of these questions, which I'm loving this series so far. This is just so much fun being able to...
These are good questions.
Really good questions. So seriously, if you guys want more questions answered, the next poll is going to be on my Instagram. The link for our Instagrams are going to be down below. So follow us both. We're going to post it on our stories and ask any Disney questions that you guys have. So our question 6 is, what is our favorite ride in all 4 parks? And for this one, since we are hitting all 4 parks, we're not going to go into full detail. We're just going to name them, just because we are hitting all 4 parks. So, Kallie, would you like to start your list of all 4 parks?
Well, in Epcot, I'm going to definitely say hands down Soarin'. Test Track comes close, but definitely Soarin'. What would you say in Epcot?
I would say Frozen Ever After, just because of all the animatronics. So cool.
That is really good. They almost look real.
Yeah, and
but
I'm
be
obsessed with all
careful,
that.
your butt gets wet.
Your butt gets wet on the ride, so be prepared.
But it's worth it.
It's worth it. It's okay. We can like cut.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to put that in there.
I won't. I promise.
What?
At Disney's Animal Kingdom, my favorite ride is Dinosaur, as I talked about earlier. Dinosaur is such a fun attraction, and being able to see those life-size dinosaurs as animatronics, such a fun ride.
Mine would have to be the main Everest.
That's
and
a good one.
When I first went on it, I didn't expect everything that actually happened in it. Not to mention you feel the cold in there too as well.
And Callie's always cold, so
I am.
always cold.
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios.
At Disney's Hollywood Studios,
mine would have to be the Rock and Roll roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thrill ride. It's a nice ride to go on. It's fun.
Callie's all about thrill. And mine is an arcade-style attraction, which is Toy Story Mania. I am obsessed with Toy Story Mania. I love going to with my family specifically, going to try and beat each other in the high score, try and beat my little brother in the high score, and being able to be the size of a toy and just go through Toy Story Mania is just so fun. And then for our last one, in the Magic Kingdom, there are so many great attractions in the Magic. So many to pick from. So many that I have a tie. Space Mountain and Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is my family's ultimate favorite ride, so if any family members are watching, y'all know how much we love Splash Mountain. And Space Mountain, because it was the first roller coaster I rode when I was 9 years old. The first big time ride that I rode as a kid in Disney. And ever since, I have to go on it. I have to. Every time I go to Magic Kingdom, I have to ride Space Mountain. So, it's a tie for me for Magic Kingdom.
For me, I'm going to have to say the Peter Pan flight. It's so detailed in there, not to mention that you are actually flying above everything. So, but there's so many other rides, not even thrill rides, just little, I don't know, what do you even call them?
I call them experiences. Honestly, different experiences, attractions that just, if you are that Disney classic fan with all the different movies, it's just so every little detail tells a story, and which is so amazing.
And I'm a big thrill person, so Peter Pan being my favorite, it's kind of
for real, that threw me off.
Yeah.
That literally threw me off. Question 7 is a very deep question, which I love deep questions. So, question 7 is, if someone were going to Disney for the first time, what would be the one thing you would tell them they have to do? So, Kallie,
I'm gonna let you go first.
you're gonna let me go first? Alright, well, I'm gonna get really, really detailed and real in depth. Take everything in. when you go to Disney, it might be your first time there. It could be your 100th time there. There is so many hidden details and so many different aspects of the park, from sitting on Main Street and listening to music, to standing in front of the castle, watching a cavalcade, to riding a thrill ride. Take everything in and not be so centered on looking at your cell phone, because everyone wants to take those pictures, those videos. Believe me, if it's your first time, take those.
Get them, but
get them.
don't spend your whole time on them.
For sure.
Yeah.
Do not, take time to just look around. Especially if you're going to all 4 parks. All the parks have little details that make them special. And every little detail tells a different story at Disney. And that's the reason I fell in love with Disney at such a young age. And that's why I wanted to make it my life. So, take everything in. That's what I would say for someone that's going there for the first time. Do you have anything that's different, or?
I mean, I might just add on to that.
Okay.
I would say plan ahead. Some of the wait times for the rides, they do take a little bit, and you can spend most of your time waiting in line instead of actually riding the rides that you want to.
That's true.
So have an idea of what you want to do, where you want to go, instead of bouncing from, say, like Space Mountain all the way to Splash Mountain. You can hit rides up as you're walking to them.
That's a really good point. I think planning your trip is just keeps you organized, especially with first timers. It's gonna overwhelm you. It's gonna overwhelm you with magic in a positive way. So being able to take everything in, plan your trip ahead. I think if you're coming here for the first time, those are 2 things you should do.
Also, get there when they open and stay till they close.
That's a cool point. I like that. Rope drop to end. I like that. We are on question number 8, and question number 8 is, what is our least favorite ride? This could play into many different factors, but I want to say that we both agree with this, that both of our attractions that we have selected do not make us feel the healthiest after riding it.
That's the only reason.
That is the only reason. Every ride at Disney, and believe me, I love every ride at Disney, but there's some rides that when you do ride, they make you feel not 100%. And for example, for me, at Epcot, Mission Space. Every time I go on Mission Space, I just don't feel I don't feel the brightest. I always have to code V. If you know, you know. And it's just the G-force on the ride. It just makes you feel. It makes you actually feel like you are going to space, even though I've never been to space before. But it just makes you feel all those different levels inside of you, and it makes you. So I'm gonna say Mission Space. I think it's a great ride for people that like simulator rides. But for me personally, it's just me and Mission Space don't get along.
Everyone's gonna hate me on this.
Babe, just lay it on them.
Although I think this is a very, very, very good ride, I have to say Flight of Passage, just because of the 3D and the stimulation. It was too fast for me. The movements were too fast, and I thought I was going to be sick in the middle of it. So, but I would still 100% recommend going on it, because it's really a great ride.
Yeah.
I mean, everything you experience it all, the smell, I mean, everything. It's just, it's an amazing ride. So, I mean, I'd still recommend going on it. It's just does not make me feel well after.
And those are the only reasons for those 2 attractions. Only reason. She told me after the ride she loved it. She told me she would, if she took all the different right medicine in the world. But, no.
Yeah. So, the next question is, what is your favorite sit-down restaurant and quick service spot in all 4 parks? And I'm going to let Del answer those questions. Although I've been to restaurants and the quick services, I'm not quite sure of what their names are. So, yeah, I'll let you take it away. I'll probably agree with what he has to say, though, so.
That's, I love food. and I love to eat at Disney. There's sometimes I go to the parks just to eat. So we'll start with Disney's Animal Kingdom. And quick service, I'm going to go with Satuli Canteen, which is in Pandora. And it is a restaurant where their style of food is where you pick a protein, you pick a base, and then a sauce. And it's bowl-style meals. And everything is so healthy and it's so fulfilling.
It's so fresh.
It's so fresh.
Yeah.
Like, it is one of the most freshest meals you can buy and eat at Disney. And every time I go to Animal Kingdom, I 95% of the time go to Satuli Canteen. But for my table service, I usually don't eat dinner at Disney's Animal Kingdom just due to the amount of like hours that the park is open and being able to just like get everything done during the day, and then when you are done with everything, you just leave and then go to like whenever park hopping is an option, you can go to park hop. So like park hop and go to other places to eat. But I will say my favorite table service is Yak and Yeti. It is an Asian style restaurant, and they have like these roll up things that are like, I don't even know what you call them. There's like, you roll them up like wontons or something like that, and they are so good. I love them. So then I will go to Hollywood Studios. My favorite quick service at Hollywood Studios is Woody's Lunchbox, where you can get grilled cheese sandwiches, turkey sandwiches, tomato soup, like your home style, like backyard meal. The theme of like Toy Story Land is you're the size of a toy and you're in Andy's backyard. So it gives you that backyard style food, which is just so delicious. And then my favorite table service is 50's Primetime Cafe, where the waiters and waitresses act like your auntie, your aunt, your uncle, your grandma. They act like your family members, and they have like the rules like back over in the 50's where you can't have your elbows on the table, can't have your phone out, or you go in the corner, and it's literally, and it's all home style food. Like, one of my favorite meals there is a classic roast beef. Ooh. And it literally melts in your mouth, and it is so delicious. Magic Kingdom is Tony's Town Square for table service. Me and Kallie went there, and
spaghetti.
It's based off of Lady and the Tramp spaghetti. And my family, if any of my family is watching this, this is the first restaurant that we ever ate at as a table service meal. Our first night ever in Disney, and it is stuck with us every year. We have to go, and it is just so delicious. Italian food, phenomenal. It is just phenomenal choice. And then with quick service at Magic Kingdom, it is Pecos Bill, and it is a Mexican style, like Tex-Mex, and you can get like tacos, fajitas, nachos, and it is really, really good. When me and Kallie went to the parks, we ate at Cosmic Rays and Pinocchio's Village House. But out of those ones, Pecos Bill always hits home, and it's so good to me. The reason I save Epcot for last is because Epcot, when I think of Disney food and the best food, I think of Epcot. And I have a tie for my table service, but for my quick service, I'm going with festival booths. Whenever the festivals are up, they have food booths, like for Food and Wine Festival, Festival of the Arts, Festival of the Holidays, and it is these different booths all around the World Showcase that you can just go up and get like sample size dishes, and everything is to die for. And you can try food from all over the world, which is just so amazing. And if you are down here during a festival season, it's usually 9 months out of the year. So whenever you're here during that time, hit up those booths. It will change your world. And then for table service, it's a tie. Me and Kallie experienced it at Teppan Edo in Japan, where it's a hibachi style meal where they cook in front of you, and that food is just as fresh. Like, they're talking about Satuli Canteen,
yeah.
And it is so fresh. And they, not even talking about like COVID, but like they did everything safe. Like you would think like hibachi, pandemic, kind of sketchy, but I felt safe the entire time, which was so amazing. I think Kallie felt the same way.
Not to mention the service was wonderful.
Sir, everyone that was worked at Teppan Edo was fantastic. Yeah. So if anyone's watching that works at Teppan Edo, you're wonderful.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to you. But then, for my other one, it is a family restaurant that I go to every year with my family, and it is called Le Cellier Steakhouse. It is in Canada, and it has one of the best steaks on Disney property. It is so good. It melts in your mouth. And then my mom, if you're watching, creme brulee, that's all I'm going to say. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Number 10 is, we've already touched upon this, but in all 4 parks, but we're going to tell you what our all-time favorite ride is. All the parks, no matter what, we are going to pick one ride. One ride. And Kallie, what is your ride?
Soarin'. Hands down.
Why is that?
Just going to explore around the world, and you are literally flying. It's amazing, and you can smell the different places, and you feel like you're there, there. I could ride that ride all day. It's
amazing. It is. My mom probably just liked you even more now because that's my mom's favorite ride. She's obsessed with Soarin'. My favorite ride.
Also, sorry, not to interrupt.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
If you are on the ride, you can also find hidden Mickeys throughout the stimulation ride. So look for them.
Whoa. I want to go find hidden Mickeys now. I'm jealous. So my favorite ride is a tie, and it was both of those Magic Kingdom attractions that I spoke on earlier, Splash Mountain and Space Mountain. But if I had to pick out of those 2, I'm going with Space. Just because it is my first coaster I ever rode at Disney. It feels like you're in outer space. You're in a rocket. You're not knowing where you're going. It's dark in there. You go left. You go right. You don't know. And it is just so much fun. And you need to ride Space Mountain. So good.
Okay, so the next question is, do you think Disney did enough for its pass holders and DVC members, which is Disney Vacation Club, during this pandemic? And since Mr. Magic Kingdom over here has worked for Walt Disney World, I'm going to let him answer it.
So I'm going to say yeah, because I'm looking at this from pass holders and DVC members. They are just like regular guests in a sense. So I'm going to say, from a guest perspective, Disney's doing everything in their power to be safe, make sure every guest is healthy, making sure that every guest has that magical experience every time they go through those gates. I think they are doing enough just by the simple things, making sure those attractions are clean, making sure that they still keep that high level of guest service, making sure that every guest is happy, because it is a pandemic. You think of when you go to Disney, you want to escape everything, and you want to be able to escape all of the issues and troubles that are going on in your world and in the world in general. And sure, you have to wear your mask, you have to social distance, you have to do everything that protocol does and stands for. But those guests that are doing them, from when I go to I go to the parks all the time as a guest, and then being able to see guests interact with cast members, they are just thankful that those cast members are
putting their life on the line.
Putting their life on the line every day. It is a pandemic. They're going around thousands of people every day. So the fact that they're just so thankful, I think Disney is doing enough for pass holders, DVC members, and just guests in general. So, yeah.
Okay, so our last but not least question is, how do you think Disney handled the reopening during the pandemic? And once again, I'm going to let Del take over on that question, since you were there for the opening and everything.
I was. I was there for whenever Disney opened back up in June, July. I forget the exact date. I want to say it was June 11th. But they did, I think they handled it outstandingly, because you think of it, people want to go to Disney. People want to go experience that magic, and being able to still provide experiences that are giving you that same level of magic every day is just wonderful. I know Kallie can attest to this. Right now during the holiday season, they are doing like parade cavalcades. So like every half hour or so, you're seeing all of your favorite characters come out. Every cast member is making sure that those guests are following the rules by wearing your mask, so you know that you are in a safe environment. All those lines are social distanced, so you are being 6 feet apart from everybody. I'm not kidding when I don't think Disney ever runs out of hand sanitizer because they have 5 stations in
Just
the
waiting
queue
in
lines,
line.
just waiting in line before you even get on. So if you really feel that level of putting on hand sanitizer 5 times, you can. And then they have that same amount of hand sanitizer as you exit. So like you are being able to keep clean and keep your distance and keep being safe with your families. And I think Disney is handling it outstandingly, and the fact that they are letting more and more people come now is just wonderful. And slowly but surely the magic is going to continue to come back, and I am just so happy to be a part of it still and be able to create those memories for guests every single day. So just like that, this Q&A has come to an end. I want to thank everyone on TikTok that has sent us questions. We are going to do this series for 4 episodes. So our next Q&A questions will be sent in by Instagram. So if you follow Kallie on Instagram and me on Instagram, sometime next week we are going to be able to post those Disney questions, and we're going to write them down and we're going to answer them all in full detail like we did tonight. So if you guys like this series, please like, subscribe, comment, share, ring that bell so whenever we do post that video, you will be able to see it first. And then you'll be able to comment and tell us what you think about it. But if you are brand new,
Welcome to the effect.
have you been here since day 1?
Continue to make a difference.
Always remember, beautiful memories with beautiful people. That is what we create here. That is what this TheDelEffect family is all about. And I am so close to my goal. My goal is to have 200 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm so close. I'm about 11 away. So it truly would make my year if you guys hit that subscribe button. Seriously, it would mean the world. So, like, subscribe, comment, share, ring that bell, join the TheDelEffect family, and we will see you in the next video. Much love for all of you.
Here I am where the movie started, facing at a photo they've taken. Space tree flying through the skies and petals happen.